like you lost another one.
What's going on, everybody? It is another episode, the Thursday edition of the Wrestling Revival Podcast. Of course, I am one of your hosts, DJ Notorious, and that guy to the other side, rocking that CJ Stroud over there, that is Mr. Cyber Yeti, Mr. Here for the Petty. And trust me, we here for the Petty tonight because some wrestlers are not going to like what we have to say about them tonight.
I mean, even some fans aren't going to like what we have to say to this, not this week.
Buckle your seatbelts because it's going to be crazy tonight. What a show we have in store for you tonight. Of course, we're going to talk about everything that happened in Cleveland, except LeBron James showing up at SummerSlam. But nonetheless, there were some title changes of sorts. We're going to talk about that. And then, of course, the remnants of SummerSlam back on Raw and getting you ready for tomorrow night for a huge, monumental, groundbreaking, I can't put another adjective with it, SmackDown coming up tomorrow night. So definitely get ready for a big show here. But before we do that, let's talk about our sponsor, which is Ulti Energy. Ulti Energy, of course, 10% off when you put your order in using the code Revival Army. They got the shakers, they got the mixes. If you up playing college football 25, you're getting ready to play Madden next week, or anything in particular, you know, in between, whatever, PS5, Xbox, they got you covered with all the stuff you need to stay hydrated and also to watch this podcast. So, ultisubs.com, use the Revival Army code. See, there it is right there. Use the code, get 10% off your next order. Tell them that the Revival Army sent you. So, let's get into it right now. Usually we're on Wednesdays, but let's talk about it now here on Thursdays. There was a Dynamite last night, and it was from AEW. Of course, they are slowly marching towards All In London, and I'm just going to be honest with y'all right now. Remember how we just said about a minute ago, some fans ain't going to like us? I'm going to tell you right now. This Dynamite was one of the worst Dynamites of the year. I said it. Look here, I'm just here so I won't get fined. Y'all find out later. But it was one of...
What the fuck?
Yeah, I said it. I'm going to say it again, too. It was one of the worst Dynamites of the year. And honestly...
all the AEW marks.
Yeah, they're not going to like me in the mentions this week, but 2 tears in the bucket, fuck it. The main event, which is probably the most important thing that came out of Dynamite, you did have Jeff Jarrett, that's right, JEFFJARRETT, coming out there with, of course, his damn guitar and an Anything Rules match going up against Bryan Danielson, preparing you for All In. Now, it was a pretty good matchup. Jeff Jarrett is, what, like 75, 80 years old right now? But nonetheless, did put on a good show. It was about a 20, 25-minute match. Some good spots there, but of course you knew who was going to win. It was going to be the American Dragon and not the real Dragon, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who was in attendance for this main event. So Danielson gets the victory. Of course, you know who came out, Mr. Swerve Strickland himself, and of course promoting their title versus career match at All In, saying that there were 3 big people out there tonight: Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Jeff Jarrett, and then him, Swerve Strickland. So good wordplay there. This is one of those matches where some people are still kind of 50-50 with. I'm telling y'all now, it's going to be Swerve Strickland. Has to be. 100% doubt has to be Swerve Strickland. So That was the biggest part of the night. What was your big part of Dynamite last night, Mr. Cyber Yeti?
Well, I'll have to say this. I agree. It was this match between Jeff Jarrett and Bryan Danielson, because whether the AEW marks like it or not, Bryan Danielson is coming to the end of his in-ring career.
Definitely.
So the only difference is he's not getting a farewell tour like John Cena, but he is still getting something done in general. Now, I believe it all in. Swerve Strickland is not losing that title. There's no way on God's green earth he would lose that title, because technically right now, Danielson is not on a contract right now.
Yep.
He is a free agent, and he is doing, it looks like, a per appearance deal right now, unless he's already signed his deal where he's in the back. But I don't think he would sign that yet, just because then that would pretty much put him in the back. So he has to lose this match in order to be able to transition to the new position.
No, he definitely does.
So overall, this was my match of the night. I actually enjoyed this match, and I hate to say it, but I agree with you too. Dynamite was not that great. Again, this shows the inconsistencies between their weekly television and their pay-per-views.
I have said it.
This is where the problem is.
Cyber has said it. I have said it. We've all said it here on this podcast. That is probably the Achilles heel, when we use a basketball reference tonight. Shout out to Kobe. Of the problem with All Elite Wrestling, it's 2 weeks good, 3 weeks bad. 1 week good, 2 weeks bad. And you would think going into pretty much let's just be honest, it is their biggest event of the year. This is their WrestleMania.
It really
all
is.
in at the end of the month. You would think there'll be some type of more luster to it, but it seems to be the same tried and true formula of, let's just make it through these Dynamites and Collisions, and then we'll get to the big night and we'll just blow everybody out of the water.
Well, let me also put it to you like this. Right now, not casual fans, fans that watch multiple wrestling promotions, they're getting to this point.
I can't take this shit no more.
It's getting there. And here's the thing that I'm also going to put with that as well. I'm rocking the Yankee hat, shout outs to Drake, OVO, and all of them there. And then, of course, CJ Stroud. I had to put that in there. CJ Stroud over there with the Houston Texans, one of my picks out of AFC this year. But we say all of that to say NFL is coming back in less than a month. MLB playoffs, as you can see on my head, start pretty much in 6 weeks. You're going to lose a lot of viewers on that particular Wednesday night, because for some reason, Wednesday night is dominated by some sport, whether it be the NBA in October, Major League Baseball playoffs, or you're preparing for the week of the NFL, watching Inside the NFL or anything else. So AEW, get it together and fast, because right after All In, the NFL starts that very next weekend. So,
and also, am I not mistaken, but did Collision just have like their lowest rankings ever?
They did, and I'm being honest with you guys here, full transparency, and Cyber will agree with me here. We both have not watched a Collision in God knows how long. We haven't.
No. No. Hell no. No.
Literally, we just have not watched it at all. There's I'm being honest with you, there's certain things better to do. Play WWE 2K24, go shopping, listen to music,
go to bed early.
Play college football 25. Other things that just make more sense. But literally, Cyber is not lying. It was literally their lowest rated Collision ever. And this is coming from what it seems like 18 months ago, where there was over 1 million with CM Punk debuting on Collision. What's going on here, guys? Something's got to change, and it better be fast. But we did tell you about the main event and the best match of the night. What was that? But some people might consider this segment being the best of the night. And it involved Miss I'm Suspended Britt Baker and Mercedes Moné. Now, for some of y'all that have been under a rock for a week, that's why you're here to listen to us. We tell you what's happening. Seems like Britt Baker got suspended for running off at the mouth. How bad? Talking
Real
crazy to MJF's fiance. That's crazy. You can't do that. Absolutely not. You cannot do that. That's screaming diabetes. So,
oh man, this guy already trying to throw the shots out there already.
I'm throwing it out there. So, of course, you know, the missus ran back to MJF, and MJF wanted to have a conversation, or as I say, like to come to the front of the congregation. He wanted to have a word with Ms. Britt Baker. HR got involved, and hey, after further investigation, Britt Baker was suspended. It seemed like for a couple of weeks until last night. They brought it into a storyline where Britt Baker only got a week suspension. See the wordplay there? Week. And we'll be back on TV next weekend to promote I wouldn't even say one of the hottest matches going into All In now. So it's a lot of luster, but going up against Mercedes Moné for that TBS championship. Now, Cyber, I've said it, and I know you are not the biggest fan of Mercedes Moné, but first, how did you feel about Britt actually getting suspended and then literally only getting a week, 48 hours later?
All right. So, honestly, the way that I feel about it is I don't think this was even real. I don't think it was real. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to figure out how to actually build into their pay-per-views with this. And they figured that they could throw something on Britt Baker and make Mercedes think that she would not have an opponent for All In, but instead bring her back a week later. This is like I gave it to my 7-year-old child, almost 8-year-old child, and told her to come up with the storyline.
No, give her more credit than that.
Well, she probably could have done better than that.
Exactly. Give her more credit. Come on now. I don't know, man. I've been sitting here, I've been trying to think about this Britt Baker thing, and it was just like, what has me in tune to this storyline? And honestly, I can tell you right now, and I love Sasha Banks, you know, formerly known as that, going into Mercedes Moné. In-ring talent. Great. Yeah. But on the mic, it is cringe-worthy. And this right here just makes it like you said, something just doesn't feel right. Is it even real? And this is supposed to be one of your marquee matches from your latest signee going into your biggest event of the year. Seems like the same formula like we said before. Just barely make it to the pay-per-view and then knock everybody's socks off with a 10-star match word to Dave Messler. So I'll see you, sir. But what do y'all feel about this? Let us know on our social media. Of course, we are on Instagram, the Wrestling Revival Podcast. We are also on TikTok, TWRP_official_, and X, Elon Musk, you need to come to the front of the congregation. We need to have a motherfucking word with your ass because you slipping out here. But also, we are on there as well, TWRP_official. But yeah, Elon Musk, have a conversation with yours truly here. We need to have a talk. You're slipping out here. Definitely are. But now we got through the AEW side. Let's talk about what was the big part of the weekend. And actually, so far this week, it was the WWE. WWE is hitting on all cylinders right now, going into pretty much the full year. But they did have their summer PLE, which was SummerSlam this past Saturday. And boy, did it not disappoint. Of course, we did have a title change. Damian Priest is no longer the World Heavyweight Champion. The Reign General, Gunther, took the title. Now, how did he do that? There was some bit of help from Mr. Finn Balor. Yes, finally, Finn Balor turned on Damian Priest. Also, unfortunately, Nia Jax is your WWE Women's Champion. She did defeat Bayley, and
I'm in protest. For this.
I don't know what happened there, but Queen Nia Jax is their new WWE Women's Champion. Now, this match here, Liv and Rhea Ripley opened up the show and damn sure did not disappoint. But there was only one host here that actually called it exactly right. And yeah, Liv walked out of
This was the
Cleveland.
only gray area for me for this card.
And of course, in the main event, we did have Cody Rhodes going up against the Wish version of Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and we knew how this was going to end. Cody retaining the title. All the bloodlines showed up. 45 Cousins showed up. But the biggest one of all showed up as well. We'll get to that in a minute. Logan Paul also is not the United States champion anymore. It is L.A. Knight. Yeah. He is now the new U.S. champion. Shouts to him. His first career gold in WWE. And then the one that I think everybody just loved to see, especially people from Canada, Sami Zayn is no longer the Intercontinental Champion because Braun Breaker Steiner finally got the gold, putting out Sami Zayn with quite a few spears. He is now the new champion. And then in a match that we talked about a lot on last week's show, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre came out of Cleveland the victor in this matchup and, of course, took back that bracelet that CM Punk loves to wear during shows. So, quick recap there. I'm just going to start first because we got to start with this. Told you Liv was going to win, right?
I told you that was the only one that I had gray area with. I never really 100% sided with anybody. And you know that. You even said that in the space tonight that we were watching it.
Yes, we actually did. We did say that. That was the one, if you were paying attention to our social media, which you should be doing that anyway. We had our predictions up there, and that was the one and only match myself and Cyber went against each other on. We pretty much called everything else down the middle, except Nia Jax win. We didn't have that. But Liv,
I protest that.
Yeah,
I protest it. I protest it because...
What are you now, BBL Bailey?
All I got to say, she is currently the most underrated female superstar on the WWE roster right now.
I'm not even mad at you, but you know what? When we played that, BBL Bailey, it made me think of Tetherball KB. If you know, you know.
Yeah, man.
If you know, you know. Album coming soon, y'all. But no, that was one of those matches. I'm in protest too. I really did not want Nia Jax to win that one there, but I guess Bailey's gonna take some time off, enjoy a little bit, and then maybe, just maybe, move back over to Raw because there's a certain show that's debuting on a certain Red show. So the Red and the Red's gonna come together in January. That being Raw and Netflix. So
and let's touch on the return of Roman Reigns really quick.
Woo!
I'm sorry I failed on my half of actually having pictures for that. The stills, because the E will come after us if we try to show anything in regards to footage.
Man, listen,
so
E hates us.
I can no joke.
Hate us.
No joke. But anyway, all I gotta say is thank God he finally came back, because don't get me wrong, I like where this new bloodline storyline was starting to go.
Mm-hmm.
It brought in Jacob Fatu. It brought in Tama Tonga. It brought in Tongaloa, which I'm sorry, he's Mr. Botch. He's Mr. Botch, man. He is the crappy version of Shawn Michaels. They call him the showstopper. I'm calling Tama Tonga the botcher. He is botching everything. How do you botch a low blow?
No, no. How about this?
How do you hit your partner trying to do a low blow and hurt him?
As I've said so many times, y'all, if it ain't blue, it ain't true. You know how I feel about that. How in the blue hell do you make a run-in during this match, the main event we're talking about? If you guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out on Peacock. We're not telling you any lies. He comes into the ring. His job is to take Cody Rhodes and put him right into the ring post. What did this man do? Put him into the ring ropes. What the fuck is going on here? He is Mr. Botch, as we call it. You know what? He's Botch of the Year.
Botch of the Year. Hands down.
It's just him.
Hands down.
Pick a match. He's botching.
And here's a couple other things. First, love the damn shirt. Original Tribal Chief. That's what I'm talking about.
Crazy.
Throw
Now.
those ones up for the OTC. Anyway, outside of that, even after going after Solo Sikoa, spearing him, Superman punching him, and laying him out, he shows a sign of respect to Cody Rhodes when he leaves the ring. He looks at him, and then he just gives that little nod, and he leaves the ring. I can tell you this. That's the real Tribal Chief right there.
It is. And for you guys that don't know why Roman Reigns did not go after Cody during that match, remember, he gave the orders or instructions for no one to touch Cody Rhodes while he was gone. Solo clearly did not listen, and that's why Roman did what he did. Now, eventually, these two are going to meet up eventually.
Yep.
Maybe after WrestleMania, because we know the long rumored match for the WWE Undisputed Championship is going to be The Rock versus Cody, or maybe that turns into a triple threat match with Roman coming in. We don't know. It's way ahead of time, and trust me, we'll see it live because we'll actually be at WrestleMania. But
yeah,
definitely. But still some time to figure that out. But I think what we're going to get first is War Games. Shout out to William Regal. We're going to get the
Come on, they're already calling it War Games already when they said they weren't.
Exactly. So it's going to be Vancouver, British Columbia, home of Survivor.
It's going to go down.
It's going to go down with War Games, the OG Bloodline versus the new Wish version of the Bloodline. But
no, it's Timu. Not even Wish. It's Timu.
It's Timu? Damn.
Timu.
Not even Sheen?
Timu.
Okay, with the moo on the end. All right.
Come on. You saw the sign out there in the crowd during SummerSlam. Timu Bloodline.
Yeah, I wasn't going to try to say it, but yeah, shout out to that person that did have that sign. You definitely caught a few follows with that night. But since we talked about Cody Rhodes last week, of course, doing his sneaker shopping here in New York with Complex, did y'all see them sneakers that Roman Reigns had on during SummerSlam?
I know there was a little bit of a debate on people were trying to figure out what he was wearing.
So, Mr. Sneakerhead right here, DJ, is going to let you know exactly what he was wearing. Dun, 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 dun. It was the Air Jordan 1 Low Trophy Rooms bread. That's what those were. For people that don't know, Trophy Room is the company that is Michael Jordan's son runs, Marcus Jordan. He does have a storefront, and that was an exclusive from Trophy Room. As y'all guys know, Mr. Roman Reigns loves rocking the Jordan brand, and that's why he was rocking those Saturday night in Cleveland. Now, I just got to debunk this real quick because people was all over my mentions, hitting me all up since Saturday, and DJ was going on with this, and I'm going to debunk this rumor right now. GQ put out a story a few days ago saying that Roman Reigns and the Jordan brand have come together and there'll be some bloodline type of product or sneakers for Roman Reigns in 2025. If y'all actually believe that, I have a bridge here in Brooklyn I could sell you for $1. It's not happening.
The only thing that actually happened, and I remember this because it was a big deal at WrestleMania 40, the only kind of thing he got special, Nike related, was those shoes he wore for WrestleMania 40.
Yes.
And those were customly delivered to Roman Reigns for that match.
Yes, there's a lot of Nike representatives in the back that night. A lot. A lot. But no, I just wanted to debunk that rumor real quickly. GQ, guys got to do your homework. You had a whole article about this, and it was just really talking about the sneakers that he wore Saturday. Had nothing to do with anything bloodline related in 2025. So let's just debunk the rumors right now. Stop with the farm engaging and trying to get follows and all that stuff. So yeah, Roman Reigns, Jordan, not yet. I do think it'll happen.
It's going to happen.
Not yet.
It's either going to be a bloodline shoe. Roman's going to get his own custom pair, and I think after Cody Rhodes brought it up on that special he did in regards to shoes. Jey Uso will also get a custom pair, and I think it would be the Yeet edition.
Yes, I will go with this. To be honest with you guys, I'm even going to go a step further. I think Jey Uso is probably going to get a shoe before Roman Reigns does.
I could believe that. I could believe that if he's not already in talks with Nike to do it.
Yes, because that, of course, the sneaker that he wears, of course, the Usos have worn for quite a few years, are those Nike Air Force Ones in different colorways. But that has become Jey Uso's staple. I can literally see that being one of the shoes they bring out. It's usually $100. They can have that as a special edition for $150. Jey Uso's signature on it, boom, sells out within 5 minutes. So,
oh yeah, no joke, hands down.
That would be good. But yes, Roman Reigns, Jordan Brand, let's pipe down just a little bit. Remember, guys, he hasn't even been back in the ring yet. Let's relax a little bit.
Everybody calm down.
Calm down.
Not yet.
Not yet. But now, we move from SummerSlam, and then now we're going to move into Monday Night Raw. Now, if some of y'all know, Monday Night Raw after SummerSlam is known for the call-ups. And certain things usually happen that you weren't suspecting. And I can tell you this, myself and Cyber were not expecting this call up right here that we're about to discuss. And trust me, I've heard of Assassin's Creed having an Odyssey, but I was not expecting this Odyssey to show up on Raw. It was definitely a new day because Mark Henry's love child, a.k.a. Odyssey, showed up on Raw and, dominated. Took care of the Authors of Pain single-handedly, as you saw there, to help out Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, the New Day. So, Odyssey Jones, after being away for it seems like 6+ months, Cyber, is now on the main roster and looks like, to start, he's going to be with the New Day. So, I'm going to let you go first on this. I thought this was one of the bigger moments of Raw Monday night because, like I said, came out of left field. There was no hints, no nothing. How do you feel about Odyssey Jones being on the main roster?
Well, we've already seen him drafted already how many times before he finally showed up now? Wasn't it twice already?
I think it was twice, yes.
Twice to Raw. Never did anything with him. And to be honest, I think they were just looking for the right time to implement him. And that first time he got drafted, it was when he who mustn't be named was still in charge.
Yes, we're not going to mention his name.
The second time, it was when Paul Levesque took over. And I think Paul was just looking for the right time to bring him in. We all know Big E's injured. And to be honest, he is probably retired. He is now doing other stuff with the WWE. He's doing commentary and everything else. He's doing a great job.
Very good job.
But I think now they were trying to look for a new big man to put with the New Day. Now, this one or two things is going to happen. You saw if you watched it live on Monday Night Raw, you saw hesitation in not Kofi, but in Xavier Woods when this guy came around.
Yes.
Now, one or two things is going to happen. One, Xavier Woods is just going to accept it. He's going to be like, "Yes, here we go. We got a new member. We're gonna tear this shit down. Let's go." Mm-hmm. Or what's been going on with Final Testament and what Karrion Kross was saying is finally digging in to his head, and it's going to cause him to turn on Odyssey and Kofi Kingston.
I could see that both ways because it's getting to the point right now. What is going to happen? Which one of these groups is going to elevate? Because they've been battling each other, it seems like, for most of the year already, since the Royal Rumble or just a little bit afterwards. Something's got to give here. Karrion Kross and Authors of Pain were not just brought together and then the Authors of Pain brought back to the company just to be mid-card talent with Paul Ellering. Shout out to him, one of the greatest managers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I do see Xavier Woods turning on the New Day, but on the other hand, I do see the New Day actually getting another title run with Odyssey Jones backing them.
I could see that too. I could see that happening. Maybe they let Xavier Woods fester for some time.
Mm-hmm.
Let them win the titles have a brief reign with them, and then once they lose them, he finally just snaps.
And you know what? I got the perfect time when that will happen.
Rumble?
Bad Blood. It sells itself.
But I mean, that's really soon. You're talking about taking the tag team titles off of Judgment Day like next week.
Oh, well, not next week. I think maybe you can get a title change with that because remember, with the whole Damian Priest and Finn Balor thing, I do see one of them, or Rhea Ripley, getting involved with that, causing them to lose those tag team titles.
Okay.
To continue that storyline, and then it puts the belts on the New Day to continue the Xavier Woods, then finally leaving them, and then dropping the gold to Final Testament or Authors of Pain or whatever variation you want to use. So it's like a way where it can go 3 different ways to help 3 different storylines just by using one championship belt. So we should see. I mean, it does give them some options, but I have to say, in ring wise, Odyssey looked really, really good.
Yeah.
I mean, really did. Pain, what are they running? At least over 600 pounds each total?
Yeah. I mean, about 300 pounds each person. So yeah, you're looking at about 600 pounds of meat slapping meat.
Hey, yo. But hey, yo. But and he did it with ease. It's like he was just carrying some bags from Instacart. And he just literally just dropped them down, and it was the Authors of Pain. But that was a good one. Now, something else happened on Raw. What could that possibly be, Cyber?
I think we're talking about what happened with Rhea Ripley and with Damian Priest. We're talking about the new Judgment Day, which is no surprise. Of course, we can see here from what happened at SummerSlam last weekend. Clearly, Finn Balor cost Damian Priest the World Heavyweight title. Rolling into Monday, we start getting these little cameos from JD McDonough and a couple of the new members that lead into a match between Damian Priest and JD. Of course, we already knew what was going to happen. This match was going to turn into a complete and utter disaster, leading into Rhea Ripley coming out and helping Damian Priest after the Judgment Day tried to swarm Damian Priest.
Yes.
So now the big question is, where are they going to go from here?
Oh, I already got it booked. Hands down.
Well, let's hear what you have.
Bad Blood mixed tag match.
Really?
Damian and Rhea versus Liv and Dominic Mysterio.
Not bad. That could lead into Bad Blood. That would actually be appropriate. And I think ultimately it's going to lead into another Women's World Championship match between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. And I don't think Liv Morgan is going to survive that.
I think Rhea might need some help. I think Damian Priest is a nice one to back her up, but I think it might be another female, maybe who hasn't been there for a while, to actually help. Now, if you look at the roster, there's a few ladies that haven't been around. Who could that be? I'll give you a hint. The one particular woman that I'm thinking about that would help Rhea dethrone Liv Morgan does a lot of voice work for Street Fighter.
Really?
Yeah. Just think of that, because that woman has said does not like Liv Morgan in the way that she is taking Dom away from Rhea Ripley. So, and that one was just written off TV with the injury from 3 other women. So she comes back and immediately gives the help to Rhea Ripley.
That makes sense. That really does make sense. That could actually be a good storyline to work into.
Yes. So that would definitely be a good part there. So that was good as well. Of course, the new Judgment Day. There's a lot of new stuff going on. We got the New Day, and then we got the new Judgment Day. And this was pretty new too, because this one, once again, came out of left field. No one was expecting this, but, like Lady Gaga says, a star is born. Yes, that guy right there. Bronson Reed, I'm not even going to try to make this politically correct. Bronson Reed just beat the shit out of Seth Rollins Monday
He beat the
freaking night.
brakes off of him. That's what he did. He beat the brakes off of him.
Freaks off of him. I lost count after the fourth splash off the top rope, the bonsai, the Godzilla, whatever you want to call it. But he looked like he was having fun, and literally, it's like it clicked. Like the light switch went off, and things are now starting to align for this guy right here. Now,
yep,
a little bit more information because, of course, me and Mr. Cyber Yeti over there, we were having this conversation leading up to the week. And we know we felt differently about Mr. Bronson Reed, but I have a little bit more information that might actually help us a little bit with this. Now, with this, as it just came out earlier this morning, Seth Rollins is actually written off TV due to injuries that did suffer during SummerSlam. So with that, they made the decision to write him off TV. And what was the best way to do it and continue somebody else? Bronson freaking Reed. And I'm sorry, whether it's Shawn Michaels, Paul Levesque, hell, Vince Russo, whoever, that was the perfect way to
fuck Vince Russo. Don't get me started with that motherfucker.
Well, see, I said that so I can get the fuck you, Vince Russo.
Yeah.
I did that. It was a setup. Throw the ball up, dunk it. There you go. Yeah. But it was the perfect way to do it because Bronson Reed has been kind of in mid-card purgatory for quite some time. We do know about the Elimination Chamber. He couldn't make that due to personal reasons. So now, finally, after WrestleMania and SummerSlam, he's finally getting his opportunity. And I love it. Raw definitely needs somebody else to finally break that glass ceiling and start moving up to either the upper mid-card or the low main event, just to get some fresh eyes to the product.
Exactly.
That's what we're all about here. If you notice, SummerSlam, there was quite a few new champions on both sides for Raw and SmackDown. So that's letting you know WWE sees the same thing we see here.
And the only champion that stayed the same was Cody Rhodes.
Exactly. Let that sink in for a second.
Yeah, and to also top off,
and Liv. Don't forget Liv.
Yes, and Liv. But to also kind of top off the injury list here, there was also some news broken earlier today by Cultaholic in regards to another injury, and it looks like Dakota Kai might be on the shelf again for some unextended period of time. It looks like she was dealing with an injury that she sustained Monday. So no telling how long she's going to be on the shelf. No further details have been given out at this time. But I can tell you this, I really do feel bad for her. It just seems like she cannot catch a break in regards to her injuries. It always seems like it happens at the worst possible time because she was trying to get a push on Raw to actually move up the card. And what happens when she tries to put herself out there? Another injury comes down. I think this is her third injury since she's been with WWE.
Yes, I think it is her third as well. I mean, it's unfortunate. There are some I'm saying players, but there are some athletes out there that just are injury prone for whatever reason, whatever company they work for, whether it be, the company from Stanford or the company from Jacksonville. It just seems to happen that way, where there's a Dakota Kai here on the left, but then there's an Adam Cole on the right. So it's like, it's just unfortunate. Some wrestlers just have that injury bug, just keep hitting them. But hopefully Dakota Kai can make it through and not out for real long, where we're talking Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber next year. Let's hope maybe Bad Blood. Let's maybe
I'm hoping the injury is not too severe for her, because that's just a bad stroke of luck altogether.
Nah, definitely bad as well. But yes, Bronson Reed, hey, it could go anywhere with this. Sky's the limit for him, whether you want to have him go after the IC title, where, hey, if you want to have him just challenge for the World Heavyweight, or just be a damn fucking monster, just running rampant on Raw every single week, you can easily do that as well. It's whatever floats your boat. I think they're going to go with the latter, though. I think it's going to be him just running roughshod all over Raw, just picking victims each and every week, and then eventually moving up into some type of big program, whether it be Bad Blood, Survivor Series, or even even, I'm just putting this out there. I'm not saying he's going to, but maybe be one of the top 8 favorites to win the Royal Rumble. Maybe. Just maybe.
Maybe.
One of the 8 favorites. Because, there's always a field of 8. Maybe he might be one of those 8.
Okay. Well, we shall see. I mean, I did not know about the injury Seth Rollins sustained. So that's new information. And it makes a little more sense why they chose Bronson Reed to be the one to do what he did.
Right.
Because here's the thing. Seth Rollins, I hate to say it this way, Seth Rollins kind of has some of the tendencies of some other wrestlers who try to help and support people in the back. He has that same mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he realized that Bronson Reed could use the help because there's only been like little nuggets here and there from him every once in a while, but then he disappeared again. He went back to catering and decided to destroy that instead of his opponents. But I think Seth realized that, and he was like, I want this person to look like he put me on the shelf. Put more eyes on him, give him an opportunity to do something with it. Put the ball in his court and see what he does after he puts me on the shelf.
Right.
So
hopefully
I can understand it now.
Yeah, definitely can understand a little bit more right now. I mean, as you can see, definitely check out their YouTube and, of course, social media to see exactly the blunt force that Bronson Reed put on Seth Rollins. I mean, I've seen some ass whoopings in my time, but that right there, he must have owed him money or something, or he ate the last piece of chicken in the back before Raw came on because, God,
that was man, he got mollywopped, man. That is like what it comes down to.
I mean, you know what it looked like? It looked like when, I was playing college football 25. Shout out to that game, best game of the year so far. And Michigan, I took Michigan and beat the shit out of Texas Tech. That's what it looked like. That's what
we're doing this again.
I'm just saying.
We're doing this again.
Beat them so bad, they really were the Red Raiders. How about that? They really were. Just
what this fool doesn't realize is the day that I actually finally get the game, I'm gonna make him eat the words he's been saying. That's all I got to say.
Really? Did you eat those words last year when you lost a certain title?
We're gonna go there too to top it all off.
Yeah. Did you also say that when the Houston Astros lost to the Texas Rangers and they couldn't win a game at home? Did you say that too? Did you say that? Did you also say that?
I'm so sick of these people. Oh.
Or did you say that?
I'm so sick of these people. Oh.
You a bitch. You a bitch. You are a full-blown bitch.
Hey. Shout out to Eddie Murphy. But I am not a bitch. I'm
so sick of these people. Oh.
If you just want to call me Mr. Stephen A. Smith, you can do so. Like, you ain't just got in the video. Just saying.
No, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna tell a certain person from Boston.
What's up?
Get your man.
All right.
What in the TD Garden you got to do with that? How you going to bring up that person, Mr. I got more holes in my explanations than anybody in the world? Why would you do that, sir? Why?
No, I enjoy it. It's a hobby.
Nah, man. No. I can't believe you did that. Damn. That's cold-blooded, bro. That is cold-blooded.
You say that's cold-blooded, then this is me doing this to you.
Oh, so you just want to be throwing people now? That's what we're doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw people. I throw people for a living.
Okay, so that's what we're doing. Okay, cool, not a problem.
Especially, when I grab them like this by their shoulders, and I just turn around. I decide I'm gonna throw them across other things. That's
fine, but it's okay.
Goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
That's all you gotta do. Push it.
Amir missed me.
Damn, that's how
you missed me with that shit.
What the fuck?
What Ronald Reagan got to do with this? What in the Reaganomics are you doing, sir? Like, that's just crazy. But, of course, let us know how you felt about Monday Night Raw. What was your best segment of the night? Let us know on social media, the Wrestling Revival Podcast on IG. Of course, we are on TikTok. Yes, the Wrestling Revival Podcast is on TikTok. TWRP_official_. And Elon Musk, you pissing me off right now. But we are on
Don't get me started.
TWRP_official. You know why I'm pissed off at you, Elon Musk. You're going to have to have a conversation with us very shortly.
Yeah.
We'll
So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and switch gears here to the last thing we want to talk about from Monday night, and that is finally the in-ring debut of the Wyatt Six. Now, I can tell you this much: I will admit I'm a fanboy of the Wyatt Six right now, hands down, because I like what they're doing with them. We finally saw Luke Gacy, Dexter Lumis, and Mr. Redbeard himself finally debut against the Creed brothers and Chad Gable. This was probably the most squash match thing you have ever seen, all while Uncle Howdy was sitting in the rocker watching from the sidelines, and it ended in such a beautiful way. I will admit, I am excited to see what they do next, because I think what they're going to do now, they're going to continue terrorizing Chad Gable until they make him disappear off TV for a while.
I think that's what they're going to get at. There's going to be some form of an ass whooping where Chad Gable ain't going to be seen for a while. But honestly,
one-on-one at Bad Blood?
Probably at Bad Blood. I would think that would be the place where you see it. But honestly, when you saw, the Wyatt Six come into the ring and get ready to fight, the Creed brothers and Gable, did this video pop in your brain?
It was a mixture of that and a mixture of whenever they would chant, "This person's gonna kill you."
Oh yeah, like Joe's gonna kill you.
Yeah, Joe's gonna kill you. Yeah, no, this was the Wyatt Six are gonna kill you, and not just once,
multiple times.
Multiple times. Yeah,
that was just we've seen some squash matches, but we haven't seen one like that on Raw in quite a bit of time. Listen, Wyatt Six, however you want to spell that six, you just want to give the number, you want to spell it out, have a six on the end, whichever way you want to do it. They are white hot right now. Whether it be merchandise, whether it be on screen, their segments are always one of the best on Raw, period. No matter what, you'll always find them in your top three. They're always there. Yep. Whether it be the long videos, whether it be an interview with, Uncle Howdy, or it was with Redbird, one or the other, they always seem to always get your attention, no matter what it is. And they're doing a great job with it. And let's hope they continue it, because that's the fresh air that we've been talking about for months that honestly both companies need, whether it be Jacksonville or Stanford. You need to keep people engaged, especially when you're getting to the time of the year where one sport dominates, and that's the NFL. So you want to keep people's attention. This is a great way to do it. On Monday nights with Raw, and of course Friday with SmackDown.
Which SmackDown is going to be damn good tomorrow night. If you can, make sure you're watching, because we will see the return of the Tribal Chief to SmackDown, the original Tribal Chief.
This is going to be interesting, because guess what? I'm going to tell y'all right now, and I'm going to say it like this so you'll know what I'm talking about. This is not a prediction. This is a spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns won't be by himself tomorrow night. He won't. Maybe he'll just have somebody wise with him.
And also, there's a rumor going around that he may be introducing a new enforcer for his side of the bloodline.
Is it, maybe there's some form of Haku in that. Maybe. Could be. Or maybe, he's just going back to that red life and bringing back another Uso. Who knows?
Or, you never know. He might start yeeting again.
There's so many possibilities.
So many
possibilities. But you know what? They are going to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma, so they're going to be bringing the Thunder. Yes, pun intended there. With SmackDown. Hey, probably one or two of the Thunder are probably going to be in attendance for this on SmackDown. They do have a lot of WWE fans that are in the NBA, so hopefully we get to see that happen. But I am looking forward to tomorrow because Roman Reigns is going to come in there. Somebody going to get slapped the fuck up. I don't know. Maybe one of the GOD, maybe which version, Solo there.
I hope it's Tongaloa. Maybe he'll slap some sense into him.
He should for all the botches. But you know what? It's only a 2-hour show. Roman Reigns can't slap him many times for his botches. We'll be there all night. We'll be there all night.
And again, thank you to our host, Mr. Ollie Williams. I'm sorry. I mean DJ, for being in charge of the show this evening.
And now here's Ollie Williams with the Blackie weather forecast. Ollie?
It's gonna rain!
Thanks, Ollie. Let's go live to Ollie Williams with the Blackie weather report. Ollie?
It's raining sideways!
Sounds rough, Ollie. Do you have an umbrella?
Had one!
Where is it?
Inside out, 2 miles away!
Is there anything we can do for you?
Bring me some soup!
What kind?
Chunky!
What is the 5 fingers say to the face? What? Slap!
And I can say this because I have the same problem as you do. So this is gonna be DJ in like 10 years.
Diabetes.
Yo, why that voice sound like Jim Ross? I'm done. Why did that voice sound like
don't get me started on Jim Ross, dude. No,
why? Why
no.
did that sound like Jim Ross right there?
No.
But no, listen, there's a reason why I put that out there and said what the 5 fingers say to the face, because it had my boy Sammy Guevara up in that clip. And Sammy Guevara, congratulations to him. He is back in AEW or Ring of Honor. He actually did make his return with the man bun just a couple of weeks ago. So he's actually back. And word is that he wanted to be on Ring of Honor because he didn't want to be next to Jericho again. Crazy. Insane.
Doesn't that give you a big universal hint that maybe Jericho should just finally quit his shit and go away?
You would hope so. Because that guy is a talent. I think he's a 3-time TNT champion. I'm a 1-time TNT champion as well. You know how you lost that one, right? But yeah, I would love to have that. You can't even kick that high, sir. Stop it.
Don't test me.
Stop.
Don't test me.
You can't kick that high, sir.
First thing I'll do when I see you in the airport, don't think I won't. I'll have TSA all over my ass.
You know what? You can't touch me right now, man. You can't touch my mood right now, sir.
And I'll be wearing these.
Here we go, man.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Here we go. It's all right, man. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I got you.
Very cool. Just don't wear no Texas Tech with that. That's trash. Don't do that.
Oh no, I'll wear Houston Astros. I'll wear.
I just said don't wear trash with it, and he gonna put the damn Astros on. See, this
and then I'll bring you a trash can.
This is why.
See, maybe that helps y'all.
This is why the Yankee here and the Astro just can't get along, and we're coming up on our time of the year where we really start hating each other just a little bit more because it's playoff time, and yeah, it looks like.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Yeah, this is not a good time of the year for you because this time last year.
Go fuck yourself.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
I did, and that's why the TNT title is over here on this side of the country and not over there with you, sir. It's okay. I understand. He still has a little bit more time. He still has just about, 4 months left before the end of the year. You got some catching up to do here, sir, because there's quite a few matches you're behind now in our yearly standing. So, and just think, guys, if he actually does lose this year, it's actually going to be his worst than losing that TNT title last year. It's going to be even worse.
Oh, man.
You guys are going to love what happens to Cyber if he loses this year. You're going to love it, especially New York people. We're going to love it. I'm going to post it all right. 161st and River Avenue. I'm going to do just that.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in for this week's episode of the Wrestling Revival Podcast. I do want to give y'all a heads up. We will actually be taking a break next week because Mr. DJ Notorious is in vacation mode for the week. So we're going to let him enjoy his vacation. And it's my first week back. I am an educator, so I am already heading back into the door doing that again. So I am... Yeah.
But, you just can't say it's a vacation, sir. This is Leo Palooza season. That's right. It's DJ's birthday. So, all the other signs had their time. Now the Lion gets to have his. And I'm going to be running with the Rebels out there in Las Vegas. I'm going to have some big fun. Maybe see some few wrestlers. Who knows?
Yeah, and he's going to already possibly be scoping out some seating for a certain event in April.
Legion Stadium might be watching.
Let him watch. I'll give him something to watch.
What? Hey, yo. This is sort of a family-friendly show here.
Sort of.
But yes, we will be taking a break next week. Of course, Cyber is getting back into the swing of things himself on his side of town. And of course, I will be on vacation with a drink in my hand and gambling and probably some other things as well. But we will be back the following week and we'll have a lot to discuss. And trust me, we're going to get ready because we have Bash at Berlin coming up. We have All In coming up. We have All Out coming up. And Grand Slam. All of that within the next 6 weeks alone. So tell a friend.
Do they not realize how broke people are? I swear, do they not realize?
It's hard out here being a pimp. Okay? When you try and get that money for rent.
Makes my head hurt.
Maybe we should get next week to see if Tylenol, etc. wants to sponsor us. We should see what happens.
Yeah.
Wishful thinking, right?
Wishful thinking. But again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Y'all have yourselves a good week, and we will see y'all in 2 weeks for back at our regularly scheduled time on Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central Time.
There you go.
Here at the same place. Hopefully, Elon Musk gets his shit together. We can get back on there.
You better. You got 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks, fix your shit. I am Cyber Yeti. That is DJ Notorious. We will see y'all in 2 weeks. Y'all have yourselves a good night.